Asian women are community in this country, and once they have a disabled child, they become a community within the community.
In our culture, most of the families don't understand what sort of problem they have got, with the disabled child.
I was blamed for my child being disabled. My partner himself left me.
The culture, the society blames the mother for having a disabled child.
I know the 2-3 families in my life because they have a disabled children. And when the child born and the doctor says he is not able to be doing normal things, but the lady is very upset, and also her husband is not cooperative.
Attitudes in the community can only be changed by people in the community. It started with a few mothers getting together and basically as a friendship group meeting at each other's houses, and then gradually starting to meet in the school where their children were attending, and then slowly they wanted to do other things. They wanted to do some activities together, and that's how this organization started. Our clients are disabled children, their carers, their families, and we got disabled children who have grown into disabled adults now.
Having a disabled child and being Asian, we know what other Asian women are going through with children with disabilities.
I have 2 disabled children, and my first one is nearly 23 years old, and he is passed last 2 weeks. And when he is 5 years old, then somebody introduced me in this group. And last nearly 18 years, I am here.
I am a parent of 34-year-old autistic son. I'm also a qualified social worker. I was working as a social worker with disabled children, and I knew about the services, I knew where the gaps were. And at the same time, I was trying to establish a school in Pakistan for disabled children. So therefore, it was like 3 things. I knew about the services in this country, I knew where the gap was, I knew what the community needed, because I was a parent as well as a professional.
When we started looking for help for Hassan, we found there was very few services that we felt were suitable for Hassan's needs. When we found the Asian Mothers Group, we found that they could provide one-to-one support for him. The fact that Asian Mothers Group is run by Asians actually is very advantageous for us. Basic things like his dieting and his food, we knew that it would be within our Asian requirements.
Understanding culture is one thing, living culture is a different thing. That is why people come to us and they say that they feel like that this group is their extended family. And these are the people, they go to the other organizations as well.
When I am here, I feel it's like a home atmosphere because we sit down and talk each other.
My son is 2 died, disabled son my. 2 sons died, one 8-year-old and one 7-year-old, and third one same problem, and physical problem, no mental problem, and physical problem, no walking, no talking, only chair and special machine, feeding machine, and Asian Mother Group my very helped me.
For the carers, we provide training, we provide support.
Because they get fed up staying all the time at home, we give them other trainings also, like a cooking training.
औरतें इसलिए इस सेंटर में आती हैं कि एक तो वो आउटिंग चाहती हैं, दूसरा आपस में हर मसले को डिस्कस करती हैं, तो बड़ा अच्छा लगता है यहाँ बैठ के। 2-2.5 माह हुए हैं मुझे यहाँ पे आए हुए। मैं अपनी दोस्त के साथ इस सेंटर में जब आई तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, और चूँकि मेरे पास एक हुनर था खाना बनाने का और मैं मसरूफ़ रहना चाहती थी क्योंकि मेरे हस्बैंड का इंतकाल हो चुका था, और मुझे ज़रा गैदरिंग अच्छी लगती थी, मिलना जुलना अच्छा लगता था, लिहाजा मैंने अपने आप को मसरूफ़ रखा।
At Waltham Forestation Mothers Group, we are here to empower women so they can then go on making changes in their own lives.
मैं बहुत कुछ करना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन पहले मैं इंग्लिश बोलना सीखूँगी तो फिर इंशाल्लाह ताला आगे मतलब मैं हर काम कर सकती हूँ। और क्योंकि इस सेंटर ने मुझे बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस दिया है और मुझे ख़ासकर साजदा बाजी ने तो बहुत पुश किया है कि इंग्लिश सीखो, तो मैं इंशाल्लाह ताला ज़रूर इंग्लिश सीखूँगी।
We had a young woman who had a son with a disability. She came to our toddler group, and once she joined our toddler group, she realized that people here actually were giving her a lot of respect, and she started talking about her life, and then she started working for us as an admin assistant. That was so important for her to have a break for first time in last 10 years, that somebody said, oh yes, you can do it. And after 6 months, she left for a better job. She still comes here, her son still uses our services, but she says, you actually gave me what I needed. She needed a little encouragement to believe in herself.
I think that the Waltham Forest Asian Mothers Group is very important because they've actually brought together a lot of Asian women and other people from other cultures as well. I mean, we had a fantastic diversity of people here today. Within this surround today, we were able to discuss other cancers and other things that are concerning people.
Well, events like this, without this, we would not have reached all those 100 women all at the same time and speaking in the language they understand. So we've done a great job today.
I think that the services that the Asian Mothers Group offer are extremely brilliant and very supportive to mothers in extremely difficult circumstances.
Quite impressed, really. People were very, very vocal and very articulate.
For children, we provide a lot of leisure activities. We provide our weekend scheme, which is an activity-based scheme where children actually go out, they go and visit places they won't be able to visit if they wasn't coming to the group.
Mostly we've taken the kids out. We do not like to keep them in the centre because that's why the parents are sending them, because the mums cannot take them out themselves because they have other siblings or children are off school. We took them for a ride along the River Thames. They loved the sights, they saw the boats, they saw the water. The kids loved that. They were very happy. Most of the children love the parks. Some like climbing. They love the slide. 1 or 2 love the swings. It makes them so happy, and when you see them so happy, it makes you happy. That's the most thing I love, when they smile, and it's very nice. We take them bowling and they love this. We all put their names on the screen. When they see their names and you say, look, there's Adam, there's Amjad, you mention their names and they're so happy.
The joy on those children's face, nothing is impossible. They can go and do whatever they want. They can go boating, they can go bowling, they can go ice skating, they can go and play a cricket match. Their disability is not a barrier for us. While they are doing all kind of wonderful activities, their parents are having a respite care. So it's working double. But all the good attentions, all the skills and all the abilities cannot help us to develop a service. We need funds for that. We need people to believe in it, just like I believe in the disabled children.
If Asian Mothers Group didn't get the funding, it will become very difficult for me and my wife Uzma. Quite simply, we would have to spend the weekend purely looking after Hassan. Consequently, our other two children, Khurram and Amani, will have less time spent on them, and the pressure on us as a family will increase.
Actually, Asian Mother Group note here is very problem. Is a child problem, is me problem, my wife problem. Is Asian Mother Group's here is good.
4 or 5 years ago, when my husband Shafiq works full time, and I have 3 children, and I couldn't look after all of them, and it was very hard for me to look after Hassan and the other both children.
If this organization is disappeared, it's very difficult to all the Waltham Forest children, because in here is a large amount of children come here.
Very good service, very good is worker, very good staff, is very careful staff, very helpful staff. Maybe it's 14 years I'm use it, Asian Mother Group.
क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे अगर मैं यहाँ बंद हो जाऊँ तो मैं जी नहीं सकूँगी, और मैं जीना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी ज़िंदगी मेरे बच्चे हैं.
Waltham Forest Asian Mothers Group at the moment is only providing services for South Asian families. That is because we haven't got the funding to provide for anybody else. Now, if we did have a bigger funding, then we will be able to provide services for our Somalian community and various other communities which is settling in this area. There is a need for Waltham Forest Asian Mothers Group because there is no other organization providing the service that Waltham Forest Asian Mother is providing. We work with social services very closely. We work with other organizations in the borough very closely. And we have our referrals from GP, we have our referrals from social services, from other organizations in the borough. So we do a lot of networking. So often I have heard mothers say, oh, my life is over, I got a disabled child, I can't do anything else, it's so depressing. And yet my son has made me what I am today. He has given me the strength, he has shown me the way. Being a mother of a disabled child is not a negative thing. What inspires me to carry on is when I see the smile on their face rather than the sign of depression. When I see these children doing these wonderful activities, so nobody says, you can't do that because you are disabled.